So welcome back and welcome to Chapter 1. Chapter 1, pretty simplistic, like a number of the chapters of this book. Now I say simplistic with tongue-in-cheek a little bit. There's a lot of information packed in here, and you'll notice there's not a lot of material, especially in Chapter 1. Really, we're just looking at how words in medicine are broken down and why we say cholecystectomy instead of taking someone's gallbladder out. Because, you know, like the average person doesn't know that chole refers to the gallbladder, right? I mean, unless you've had a chole or a laparoscopic chole, a lap chole, you don't know what that is. So Chapter 1, tedious. And I'm not going to read it to you. I just wanted to kind of go through a couple of things in the chapter and mention them to you. Remember when I said that these videos are uncut and raw? Hey, look, I just got a text message or an email or something like that. You'll hear those little beeps. It happens, just like in class. Here, you know, in a regular class, I don't mind too much if your cell phone rings. In this one, your cell phone can ring as much as it wants. If you need to answer it. Just pause the video, or you might have to go back and watch it. Sometimes there are questions in here. Those questions, as you saw in the intro video, will be part of the grade for these videos. So if you watch the whole thing and get all 4 questions wrong, or get any of the questions wrong, it'll be a deduction in your grade. Some weeks will have questions, some won't. Just kind of depends on how I'm feeling and what the material is about. So let's go through this chapter just a little bit at a time. Here's the chapter, what it looks like in your textbooks. The screen sharing a little bit is odd in the program I use, but we'll get through it. So Chapter 1. So in Chapter 1 here, starting on page 2, you'll see basically we're going to look at a couple of things. And the important parts of any word, really, the word root, the combining form, the suffix, and the prefix, they make up what the word says. So starting by word roots, that's just the word that the whole thing is founded upon, right? For the word tonsillitis or tonsillectomy, you see there, the root word, tonsil. And it's simple because we call tonsils tonsils, and that's the root word, so not too hard to understand. But I think you can get it by going through this stuff. The combining form of a word is when we just take the root word, we stick a vowel on the end of it for the most part. Usually an O, sometimes it's an I, sometimes it's an E. Could be some other things, sometimes it's most often one of those things. And then we alter it. So we take tonsil, we add itis to it, right? Or we take arthro, scopi. So we take joint and scope it. So, or we take arth and then add the O and then add scopi at the end of it. Not too terrible, not too terribly complex. So moving on to the next page, you'll see there we have suffixes, which is something that's placed on the end of a word to change the meaning or to alter the meaning or give us some more definition of it. Let me see if I can squeeze over here to prefix. Too many things going on. There we go. Now I'll move the screen. No one ever said I was perfect at this stuff. You can laugh at me. It makes the class go by. And then prefixes, like suffixes, are the same thing. They alter the meaning of the word, but prefixes go first. So read through this chapter. It's not terrible. You will notice in this chapter, in almost all the chapters, there is a lot of work kind of in the book. A lot of it is not necessarily assigned to you. So let's look at this page here. This is page 7, pages 6 and 7. You'll see there are some, like, this is like a workbook. I'm not going to assign these things to you unless you guys start just bombing the tests. If you start taking these quizzes and I can tell that you haven't practiced, you don't know what's going on, I'm going to start assigning some of these workbook type assignments. I'll lower the value of each quiz, make these part of the quiz grade, so that way you can get every opportunity to make a good grade in this class and learn the material. The important part, the grades, yeah, it's important, but learning the material is even more important. So, like, I would always recommend going through in each of these activities, doing a couple of them yourself on your own, just to make sure that you understand it, because you'll see those exact same type things on the quizzes. So if you go through all those and you understand them, great. If you don't, send me an email, call me, send me a text, whatever, and I'll help you try to figure out where you're going wrong. If you can't figure out these review activities, you're gonna do poorly on the test. So make sure that you understand these before you move on to the quizzes each week. All right, that's it for Chapter 1. Like I said, I'll keep these things short. Chapter 1 didn't have a lot of information in it, just how to understand how to read these things. It does get more complex and more complicated as we move forward. So Good luck with the Chapter 1 quiz. Make sure you listen to the Chapter 1 vocabulary word pronunciation video. And just let me know if you have any questions. Have a good day.